I am struck that the language is very full in saying all the details have to be discharged and none of them can be blocked because of embarrassment or political sensitivity to the powerful individuals who are currently in office or may have been in office or may never have been in office but may have been involved in Epstein's operation. Let the chips fall where they may. This bill says 30 days from a signature being provided by the president, 30 days those files have to be fully released, redacted only to protect the victims' names. So 30 days from now is a long time. And so I say to the President of the United States, you've had plenty of time to have your legal team already redact the names. So release these files now. Release them now. Sign this bill and release the files right away. Today's a victory for the voices for justice who have pushed and argued that these two chambers, the House and the Senate, need to fulfill the vision so embraced by the American people, so powerfully felt in their hearts, their sense of right and wrong, their sense that powerful should not be able to do evil acts and get away with it. And finally, their voices were heard today. So I thank my Republican colleagues across the aisle. Every one of them decided not to come to the floor and object, which means they are giving unanimous consent. So all 100 senators, however much they may have obstructed in the past, today did the right thing, and I applaud them for it. Let's together push the president to release these files immediately. They've had plenty of time to redact the names. Let's see no further administrative delays or cleverness, and let the chips fall where they may. May there be justice for the victims. May there be accountability for the perpetrators. Equal justice under law should be served. It's our duty to serve it, and we've taken a powerful stride to equal justice today. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Senator from Arizona.
I ask consent to speak for 5 minutes.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I've come to the floor 3 times now to call for the release of the Epstein files. I apologize. Mr. President, I've come to the floor 3 times now to call for the release of the Epstein files. Earlier today, the House voted to release the full files, and later today, I hope this chamber will do the same. Before we vote, I want us to remember what's really at stake here. This isn't about Democrats versus Republicans. It's about real girls who were hurt, abused, and trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein and the powerful people who surrounded him. One of those girls was Virginia Roberts Giuffre. She was forced to stay silent for years, but today I want to let her speak in her own words. Virginia was just 16 when she started working at Mar-a-Lago, where she met Epstein's recruiter, Ghislaine Maxwell. She writes in her memoir, Maxwell says she knows a wealthy man, longtime Mar-a-Lago member, she says, who's looking for a massage therapist to travel with him. My lack of experience doesn't concern her a bit. I'm sure you'd be terrific, she insists, looking me up and down. Will you come for an interview? Even today, more than 20 years later, I remember how excited I felt. Could my dreams of becoming a professional masseuse be on their way to coming true so quickly? Something about how this proper, well-spoken lady focused on me made me seem that possible. I told her I had to get permission from my dad first, that I really wanted to come. That wealthy man, we all know now, was Jeffrey Epstein. And that moment began years of trafficking and abuse for Virginia. Later in her memoir, she writes, I was about to spend more than 2 years in Epstein and Maxwell's orbit. My job to do whatever they asked, whenever they asked it. There were no bars on the windows or locks on the doors, but I was a prisoner trapped in an invisible cage. Those are the words of a child who should have been safe, a child who should have been safe from predators like Epstein and Maxwell. She talks about how Epstein gave her money to rent an apartment so her parents wouldn't question why she had to go to meet Epstein's clients in the middle of the night. Here's the thing. Epstein did not act alone. He had help. And the men who helped him target and abuse young girls and protected him are still out there walking around like nothing happened. This can't just be another news cycle or another Tuesday. There needs to be justice. We owe it to Virginia and every survivor of Epstein's to finally get the full truth of how this happened and who allowed it to happen. That's why I'm going to again call for the full release of the Epstein files. Let's bring this evidence out, stop the secrecy, the cover-ups, and the protecting of these elites. The American people deserve the truth, and Virginia deserves transparency, accountability, and healing. At a press conference earlier today, another Epstein survivor said, "Today, we stand in a moment that will decide whether our government belongs to the American people or to those who prey on them. We owe it to her and to every survivor to choose accountability and release the files." I yield back.
The clerk will report the motion to vote cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Ho Ni of Alabama to be a member of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, signed by 17 senators.
Under the previous order, the mandatory quorum call under Rule 22 has been waived. The question is it the sense of the Senate that debate on the nomination of Ho Ni of Alabama to be a member of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission shall be brought to a close? The yeas and nays are mandatory under the rule. The clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alsobrooks, Ms. Baldwin, Mr. Banks, Mr. Barrasso, Mr. Bennett, Mrs. Blackburn, Mr. Blumenthal, Ms. Blunt-Rochester, Mr. Booker, Mr. Bozeman, Mrs. Britt, Mr. Budd, Ms. Cantwell, Mrs. Capito, Mr. Cassidy, Ms. Collins, Mr. Coons, Mr. Cornyn, Ms. Cortez Masto, Mr. Cotton, Mr. Kramer, Mr. Crapo, Mr. Cruz, Mr. Curtis.
Yes.
Mr. Daines. Wait. Ms. Duckworth, Mr. Durbin, Ms. Ernst, Mr. Fetterman, Mrs. Fisher, Mr. Gallego, Mrs. Gillibrand, Mr. Graham, Mr. Grassley, Mr. Haggerty, Ms. Hassan, Mr. Hawley, Mr. Heinrich, Mr. Hickenlooper, Ms. Hirono, Mr. Hoven, Mr. Husted, Mrs. Hyde-Smith, Mr. Johnson, Mr. Justice, Mr. Kane, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Kim, Mr. King, Ms. Klobuchar, Mr. Langford, Mr. Lee, Mr. Lujan, Ms. Lummis, Mr. Markey, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McConnell, Mr. McCormick, Mr. Merkley, Mrs. Moody, Mr. Moran, Mr. Moreno, Mr. Mullen, Ms. Markowski, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Murray, Mr. Ossoff, Mr. Padilla, Mr. Paul, Mr. Peters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ricketts, Mr. Risch, Ms. Rosen, Mr. Rounds, Mr. Sanders, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Schiff, Mr. Schmidt, Mr. Schumer, Mr. Scott of Florida, Mr. Scott of South Carolina, Mrs. Shaheen, Mr. Sheehy, Ms. Slotkin, Ms. Smith, Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Thune, Mr. Tillis, Mr. Tuberville, Mr. Van Hollen, Mr. Warner, Mr. Warnock, Ms. Warren, Mr. Welch, Mr. Whitehouse, Mr. Wicker, Mr. Wyden, Mr. Young. Senators voting in the affirmative: Banks, Bozeman, Curtis, Graham, Husted, Johnson, Justice, McCormick, Moody, Moreno, Paul, Risch, Rounds, Schmidt. Mr. Marshall? Aye. Senators voting in the negative: Gallego, Kane, Kim, Lujan, Markey, Merkley. Mrs. Britt, aye. Mr. Reed, aye. Mr. Tuberville, aye. Mr. McConnell, aye. Mr. Coons, aye. Ms. Rosen, no. Ms. Hassan, no. Ms. Duckworth, aye. Mr. Scott of Florida, aye. Ms. Brooks, no. Mr. Murphy, no. Mr. Crapo, aye. Ms. Ernst, aye. Mr. Lee, aye. Mr. Budd, aye. Mr. Cassidy, aye. Mr. Booker, no. Mr. Tillis, aye. Mr. Wicker, aye. Mr. Warner, aye. Mrs. Fisher, aye. Mr. Peters, no. Mr. Grassley, aye. Mr. Bennett, no. Mr. Kramer, aye. Mr. King,
Run out the back door.
aye. Mr. Moran, aye. Mr. Sheehy, aye.
I was just thinking, you don't look a day over 39, but apparently that's not true. Oh, no, I can't see
Mr.
that.
Wyden, no. Mr. Heinrich, aye. Ms. Hirono, no. Mr. Young, aye. Ms. Smith, no. Mr. Padilla, aye. Mr. Kennedy, aye. Mr. Hickenlooper, No. Ms. Blunt Rochester, Ms. Blunt Rochester, no. Mrs. Shaheen, Mrs. Shaheen, no. Ms. Collins, Ms. Collins, aye. Mr. Schiff, no. Mr. Langford, aye. Ms. Cantwell, no. Mrs. Murray, no. Ms. Baldwin, no. Mr. Whitehouse, aye. Mrs. Blackburn, aye. Mr. Ricketts, aye. Ms. Warren, no. Mrs. Gillibrand, no. Ms. Cortez Masto, no. Mr. Durbin, no. Mr. Schatz, no. Mr. Blumenthal, no. Ms. Klobuchar, aye. Ms. Murkowski, aye. Mr. Ossoff, aye. Mr. Hoven, aye. Mr. Sullivan, aye. Mr. Barrasso, aye. Mr. Kelly, aye. Mr. Cotton, aye. Mr. Scott of South Carolina, aye. Mrs. Hyde Smith, aye. Mr. Welch, no.
Mrs. Capito. Aye. Ms. Slotkin. No. Mr. Daines, aye. Mr. Haggerty, aye. Ms. Lummis? Aye. Mr. Van Hollen? No. Mr. Welch? Aye. Mr. Warnock? Aye. Mr. Mullen? Aye. Mr. Thune, aye. Mr. Schumer, no. Mr. Cornyn, aye. Mr. Cruz, aye.